What is up, y'all? It is Editing Devin from the future. I just wanted to say that there's a lot going on with this case and the situation, and while I was editing this video, I realized that it was 20 minutes long, and that was entirely too long for one video. So I'm going to split it up into two parts. This will be part one, and then next week will be part two. And then I will also be able to update part two if anything else happens in the coming weeks. So yeah. Stay tuned, subscribe, and enjoy the video.
I spend my Mondays like Fridays. I spend my Fridays in a box with my heart and my whining. I put my pinings on pedestals to the keeping them grounded. What's that mountain to nothing?
13 years ago, Britney Spears shaved her head, and everybody called her crazy. And they threw her in a mental institution, and they said that was the end of her career, and she couldn't be trusted again. So why is everyone saying this hashtag Free Britney hashtag now? You're about to find out. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Dev Be Entertainment. Today, I am going to be talking about everything that's going on with the icon, Britney Spears. Before we dive into it, I do videos on TV, media, music, Netflix, Hulu, shows, album drops, all the things. So if that's what you are interested in. If there's anything you want me to review, let me know, and let's get into the video. Before I dive in, I did my research on this, but I don't know what's completely accurate and what's not, because I'm not Britney and I'm not her family. I'm just relaying the information to you. I will link all the sources down below so you guys can go check out where I got that from. And yeah, just throwing that out there. Don't shoot the messenger. So I have my notes here. Grab a snack. Take some notes if you want to, all the things. Here we go. So in 2007, Britney filmed herself shaving her head. 2007, y'all, it went down. And this was after leaving a drug rehabilitation center in LA. This was one of rehabilitation centers, one of many actually, that she spent a lot of time in the surrounding months. So people claim that she was mentally unstable, criticized her like crazy, called her wild, and then completely tore her apart in the live performances that she did right after. In 2008, Britney was placed under an involuntary 72-hour psychiatric evaluation, which is also called a 5150. There were photos of her being taken out of her LA home on a gurney. Ooh, child. I definitely remember this too. People were straight up calling her unruly, wild, a horrible role model, blah, blah, blah. It was really bad. I do remember that. A couple weeks later, though, she was placed under another 5150, another psychiatric evaluation, and the courts ruled she would be placed under a temporary conservatorship held by her father, Jamie Spears. A conservatorship is when a person, the conservator, who is Jamie Spears, her dad, controls every aspect of your life. Business, financial, and personal. It sounds so scary, right? Like what? You literally cannot make any decisions for yourself in your everyday life. That's a freedom that a lot of us take for granted. So a quote from Celebrity9.com says, "If Britney wants money, even just $5 for a coffee, she has to get permission. While her conservator, he has total control over her career choices, her appearance, and even her romantic life." And don't worry, it doesn't stop there. The article continues on and says, people placed under a conservatorship are not allowed to vote, drive, get married, or be pregnant. Britney also lost custody of her two children, Sean and Jaden, then aged 2 and 1. And I would just like to throw out that they are 15 and 14 now, I'm pretty sure. Now, maybe Britney was going through something. Maybe, and I definitely think that something was the fact that she was a growing teen, or however old she was, pop star in this world, and she was huge, and she was thrown into the sharks, basically. That is not an easy industry to be in. As a young female, you get taken advantage of, you get a lot of pressure, there's a lot of expectations of you. That could make anybody have what they say Britney had is a mental breakdown. I'm not docking her for that at all. And I don't remember how much people really talked about mental health and mental wellness around that time. But anyway, 2008 rolls around and the Circus album drops. Britney is performing, she's living her best life, she's winning awards, and people are like, oh, she's straight, she's good, she just had a moment. And right when the conservatorship was set to expire in December of 2008, a judge made it permanent. And Jamie Spears was permanently in charge of all of Britney's affairs, along with another guy whose name is Andrew Wallet. I think he was an attorney who was co-conservator of her estate. In 2009, Britney did the circus tour. On the outside, everything looked normal, you know, but behind the scenes, there were leaked voicemails that revealed that her dad was using visitation hours with Britney and her kids as leverage to prevent her from fighting the conservatorship in court. In 2011, Britney got engaged to Jason Trawick, who was somebody that was on her management team, who during her engagement became co-conservator of her personal affairs. I don't know if this was something she was okay with or not, depending, that was her, you know, fiance. I don't know what his intentions were. But basically, Jason could dictate everything in her life. Their relationship, not shockingly, didn't last that long. And they split before getting married at the end of 2012, and he resigned as a co-conservator. I don't know how to say that properly. I apologize. I'm gonna say it different every time I say it. In 2013, Britney's eighth album, Britney Jean, was released, and people were not feeling it as much. Why? Because they didn't think that it was actually her voice on some of the songs. People were questioning whether that was even her. Still to be confirmed or denied. By 2015, Britney had an extremely popular residency in Las Vegas called Britney, Piece of Me, where all of a sudden she finally seemed like she was enjoying herself in her performances. That's what fans deemed. Fans were like, she's hitting all the notes, she looks like she's having fun, she doesn't look like she's just going through the motions. So people really thought that like, oh, okay, she's okay. And in 2016, she won the coveted Millennium Award at the Billboard Awards, which is a huge deal and definitely well-deserved. And later, she dropped her 9th album, Glory. She began dating long-term boyfriend Sam Asghari, who was her trainer at this time. All happened in 2016. 2016 was looking up for Miss Spears here. In 2018, she released behind-the-scenes footage of her second residency because the first one was so great. So she made a second one called Domination, but opening night was postponed because her father fell ill and had to deal with health issues. And she said, like, she posted, I think, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm pushing this back indefinitely because I need to focus on my family. Sure, absolutely. This is when things start to get juicy. A couple days later, after canceling the residency, so she ended up having to cancel it, she was seen driving in LA, where, if you remember, is against her conservatorship. She is not supposed to be driving. This was the first time anyone had ever spotted her driving since 2008, 10 years prior. After that, no one saw or heard from her in 3 months. 3 months! She was off the map completely. And this is after being pretty active on social media and pretty public. And then later it was revealed that she had been at a mental health facility the entire time, allegedly placed there by her father against her will. Yes. Hence was born the hashtag Free Britney. It all comes together now. You see all the stuff that's coming together? It's coming together. You thought it was out of control before, but it's about to get a little bit more out of control. And y'all gonna have to wait for that little bit of out of control for next week. That is the end of part 1. I really hope you enjoyed it. Any other updates you think that I missed that you want to share, leave them in the comments below. Definitely subscribe to us. Check out Morgan's video on Thursday, and I will see you guys next week for part 2. Bye.